Good morning, everybody. It's Mo, the Hippie Recruiter. Friday morning. Look at this, you guys. Here we go. We are less than a minute from the sunrise. So, last day of the work week for some of us, 2 more working days till Monday for others of us. Hey, we live in a pretty stressful world, right? If you're on the recruiting end of this, you know that there are metrics and guidelines and goals and objectives. And if you're on the traveler side, you know that there's a lot of stuff going on. You've got, new patients, new places, travel, logistics, and all this stuff. Life in and of itself tends to get and can be pretty stressful. So how do we manage and how do we make sure that the things that we're doing reduce our stress rather than add to it? So that's something I wanted to share with you this morning real quick. So when we control the things that we can control, when we influence the things that we can influence, and when we manage the things that we can manage to the best of our ability, what's left? Faith. You gotta have just a little faith that if you're doing everything that you can do, right, that things will just work themselves out, kind of like that right there. See, so this beautiful sunrise happened this morning. Whether I fretted about it, whether I was oblivious to it, whether I was focused on it, because it just happens, right? Once a day, every day, the sun comes up right over there in that kind of general vicinity. But in the rest of our lives, and there's a lot of stuff that happens beyond our ability to control, manage, or influence. And so that stuff's going to happen the way it's going to happen. So if you're a person who tends to fret on like the worst case, oh my goodness, what if, try something today. Instead of focusing on the worst case, today, the whole day, focus on the best case. What if they said yes? What if the best possible outcome was the outcome that happened today? What would life be like if in everything that you stressed and worried and fretted about, instead of fretting over the worst case, what if they say no? What if they don't like me? What if this? What if that? Instead of going down the dark end, come up and focus on and shift your attention on, and if you're gonna fret in a positive way and focus on best possible outcomes. What's the best thing that could happen to me in this situation? That's the thing that I want to zoom in on. That's where I want my attention. That's where I'm gonna place a little faith. Okay? Faith, God, your higher power, the universe, however you choose to do that. Your call, not mine. Don't care what you do. That's a you thing. But have a little faith that things are going to go well. Have a little trust that you're going to get a good outcome. Have a little conviction that you're good enough, that you are worthy, and that everything's going to be fine. Because most of the things that we fret about never come to pass. We spend so much energy worried about, oh my goodness, and then it never even happens. So I want you to think about it like this. Look at the sun. There we are. There's that beautiful Friday morning sunlight. It came up this morning in exactly the way it was supposed to, without any regard for me or you or anybody else here. It just did what it does, right? So if you can't fret about that and you can't make that change, focus your attention on the stuff you can change, man. All right, you guys, I'm Mo, the Hippie Recruiter. We'll talk then.